What will the expansion of the EITC mean for Pennsylvania students? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Otto. He's Executive Director of Reach Foundation and Alliance. Thanks so much for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
EITC, or the Education Improvement Tax Credit Program, had been an existing program, but it is now expanded. Talk to us a little bit about your thoughts on the program and what this expansion actually means.
Well, the EITC program initially was passed in 2001. And just recently, through a bipartisan effort, and of course spearheaded by Reach Foundation, Reach Alliance, we were able to expand the pre-existing program to include now what we're affectionately calling EITC 2.0, which is the Opportunity Scholarship Tax Credit Program. Historically, in the initial Education Improvement Tax Credit Program, there was $75 million that was made available for low or very low income children, and often case moderate income children, to receive a scholarship and attend a school of his or her choice. Now, with the, of course, recent passage of the newly created program, we have an additional $50 million which is going to be made available to those children who are in the bottom 15% of failing schools in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and they're going to have a tremendous opportunity to attend a school of his or her choice.
What role does the business community play in this expansion?
The role that the business community plays is vital. It is a critical role in that they can contribute up to $400,000 to a scholarship organization and receive up to a 90% credit against their state tax liability, in addition to receiving the deduction on their federal contribution as well, because these scholarship organizations are 501c3s.
Let's focus on the individual child, the individual family. Who qualifies for this program, and what does it mean on an individual level in terms of the dollar going to that individual child?
Well, what occurs is that the children that are either on or below the federal poverty line, or 185% of the federal poverty line, will receive first priority, in addition to those children who attend a failing school or reside within the attendance boundaries of a failing school. Now, Pennsylvania Department of Education defines a failing school as the school that, with the combined math as well as reading scores, they fall within a bottom 15 percentile on the PSSA throughout the Commonwealth.
And for these individual children, it would be an $8,500 tuition, or $15,000 for children who are in a special education program. But is that enough to pay for a private or parochial school if you have a household income of $60,000 or less? The tuition may actually exceed these dollar amounts.
Actually, we've done some studies and working closely with the Pennsylvania Catholic Conference, and we found that just in Harrisburg alone, the high school Bishop McDevitt average tuition is around $6,000 per child. The elementary school tuition average is around $3,500 to $4,000. So when you take that and put it in the context of the amount that's being made available in terms of $8,500, it's more than enough to send a child to the school of his or her choice.
And we just have a short time left, but what about the children who don't actually qualify for this program and are still in public schools that may be considered failing schools? What about those children?
Well, those children will also be taken care of, and they will also have access to resources, because again, there's the initial Education Improvement Tax Credit Program that is made available to children that are on moderate income levels as well. So they too will be able to benefit from the Education Improvement Tax Credit Program. They too will be able to have scholarships and attend a school of his or her choice.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
We've been talking with Otto Banks, Executive Director of Reach Foundation and Alliance. I'm Jill Horner.